Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today is going to be a high dollar only what sold. These are my items. Most of them sold pretty fast. There are a few that did take longer to sell, but they're all over $50. And we've had a lot in the last 2 weeks. So the last video I did 2 weeks ago, I really didn't have a ton to show you. But this time, there are 20 from eBay. There are 3 from Poshmark. As well as one from Mercari that are all over $50. So some higher dollar sales on Posh, which is super exciting, and a lot of higher dollar on eBay. So some amazing items that you're going to see that you can keep an eye out for to look for when you are sourcing either online or at thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, or maybe you have them in your death pile and now you're going to know they're selling right now. So let's go ahead and take a look. First up is this Malore Italy vintage sterling silver gold vermeil Bismarck chain link necklace. This one sold for a best offer of $53. It was listed back in July, so about 3 months to sell. I am only about $5 into it. So this one's over a $40 profit. You can see here the pictures that we take. Really nice necklace and amazing sale. 3 months for jewelry, in my opinion, is pretty good. And this one is named, so it is a Malore, and it does definitely help when you have branded jewelry. Next up is a scarf. So I haven't sold a higher dollar scarf in a while. This one sold for a best offer I sent out of $56.85, and I am less than $5 in. So this one's about a $45 profit. This one is a Jacques Foth watercolor blue floral print. It is from France. Beautiful print on this. And you can see the name there. And if you don't know my business model, I send out 30% off offers once my items have been listed over 3 months, which is what I did with this one. And it got it sold and was an incredible profit. Up next is one that was listed back in April, so a little bit longer to sell, but this one sold for $51.99 and it's a little plate. So I picked this up at the thrift store for only a few dollars, over a $45 profit with the plates. And I say this all the time, you really have to look them up because the majority of your decorative plates were mass produced and they're not going to be worth even $10. Like you can't give the things away. So be very careful when picking up decorative plates, especially collectors. I'm putting quotes up in the air here. You can't see me. Be careful with collector's plates because most of those were extremely overproduced. All right, I am super excited about this sale because A, this is the only Free People piece that I've ever found, and B, I only paid $1. So I accepted a best offer of $60 on this. It was listed back in March. It's a $50 profit. Dollar close right here at its best, and really cool with the velour like velvet ruffle. It is Free People and an amazing sale. $60 out of $1 I will take all day long. Next up is another one that was a 6-month sale. So this one was listed back in April. This is a Swarovski Crown Swan picture frame. I did put silver stars rhinestone. It's for a 5x7 picture. And this one sold for a best offer of $83. So only 17% off really, or 16. And I got this in a Swarovski lot. I'm about $10 in, so it's about a $65 profit. Again, 6 months to sell, but with these higher dollar profit items, especially, I do not mind waiting 3 or 6 months for these items to sell. Up next is one that was sold and then it got returned and then it was bought again. So it did sell for full price of $69.99. I did pay $20 for this. So it's about a $40 profit. This is a St. John collection. And last time it didn't sell for full price. So sometimes returns aren't necessarily a bad thing. It got returned and it sold for more and it sold fast. So definitely keep your eye out for St. John. Do not confuse it with St. John's Bay, which is a lower end. So this one, after it was put back up, sold in under a month. Up next is a Louis Vuitton bag that sold for $69. Zero cost into this. You might have seen the one in the regular sales video earlier this week that sold for $50. If you didn't see that, if you want to see some of the lower sales, I'll go ahead and pop that video up top for you guys. I do kind of try and separate them because I know a lot of you really only want to see these higher dollar sales. So this one sold for $70, zero cost in. So about a $55 profit after fees. And this one sold for more because it was a bigger bag. And amazing sales, sold in under 2 weeks and an incredible profit. I did get this from Rod. I bought some boxes from him and then he gave me some bags kind of as a bonus. Up next is another box, and this is another one from Rod, so another fast sale. I do pay Rod $5 per box for these. Rod gets them from a private source of his. So this is kind of a networking connections kind of thing as far as where to get these boxes. So this is a Dior white textured box. It's a pretty big one, 15 by 16 by 7, sold for $70. So this is well over a $55 profit and very fast selling. So keep your eye out for those designer empty boxes. I've sold some of brands that I didn't even know. So if you're at estate sales and see empty boxes, even if they're not like marked for sale, I would ask them if they would sell them. Up next, this is another necklace, and this one was listed back in July, so another 3 months to sell. This one was not branded though. This one sold for a best offer of $85. I paid $10, so it's about a $60 to $65 profit. It's a shorter one. This one's only 16 inches, but it's a very thick chain. And this one sold, and this is another item that was returned, and it sold for more the second time around. Next up is a mink coat. I've been selling lots of mink here lately. I don't know if like fall and winter is time to wear mink. I'm not much of a mink person myself, but this is a Russex Fifth Avenue mid-century modern mink for shawl cape jacket from the 1940s. Picked this up at an online auction, paid about $20. It sold for a best offer of $100. So it's about a $60 profit after fees. Again, took that 6 months, but really nice mink jacket. I definitely would keep an eye out for those. Next up is one that took forever to sell. And I know because I picked up this Akona wetsuit in Key West at a garage sale. So I paid $10 for it. And I have not been in Key West since Brooke's 21st birthday. So it has been almost 2 years. So long time to sell. Sold for a best offer of $69.65, making it about a $48 to $50 profit. So not a bad profit, but took a long time. So it did have some wear, and I wasn't overly familiar with the Akona brand. The reason I picked this one up was because of the size. It was a 3X. So again, took a while to sell, but I sent a 50% off offer. It sold, and I still made a good profit. Next up is this really cool Vera Newman Tulips Butterflies mid-century modern. This is like a classic retro shirt. Picked this up from an online auction for $20. It was listed back in April. It sold for full price of the $97.49, making it about a $55 to $60 profit. So not overly long. You can see it does have some stains. Don't let that deter you if it's a really cool shirt. Like the pattern on this is just absolutely amazing, but definitely keep your eye out for Vera. She also does a lot of scarves. I've done well with her vintage scarves as well. Up next is another long tail that I sent that 50% off offer for. This one sold for $95, but I only paid $8. So this one is about a $70 profit, though it did take a couple of years. This is a really cool piece. You can see the trees in there. Really nice Louis Meideke. I have told you guys in the past, I picked up 80 pieces of his from an online estate auction. I got really lucky. I found a Mitake collector, and he is a Northwest potter. He's out of like the Seattle area. So if you are over on that side of the country, definitely keep an eye out. His pieces are signed Mitake, and they are very, very easy to read. Next up is another one that took a year and a half to sell. But I picked this up for only a few dollars. I saw the Ferrari. I was like, I'm going to try this. Got it at the thrift store. It was listed in March of 23. I accepted a best offer of $100. So this is like an $80 profit, which is absolutely amazing. Has a little chip, but you know, it was Ferrari. It was Ferrari. It was cheap. I picked it up. Took a long time, but it sold, and it is an amazing profit. Up next, if you do not know about these, definitely keep an eye out. I bought this from an online auction. I only paid like 20 bucks. It was not that much. This is an Evergleam Sada light projector, vintage indoor Christmas light. So it like shines the lights on the tree. This one sold for $188.99. And this one is a really, really incredible piece. And here you can see, and I actually just looked, it sold for an offer I sent on 132 because it was listed for about 4 months. So we are showing that it works. You definitely want to show that in your listing. It does have some wear, and it has some cracking there on the color wheel, but we did have the actual original box, and this one is still about $100 profit. All right, with this one, we are up to our top 5 selling. So this one sold for, it actually sold for 70. It sold for a best offer I sent out of 50% off. So this one got thrown in the top because the shipping's really high. These suckers are heavy. So I've had them right at a year. I basically had no cost into them. So they're about a $55 profit, and we are almost out. But man, I've made over $1,000 on Pure One charger plates. So when I got my designer boxes, the person I got them from actually had these from a wedding. They used them one time. They knew they were from Pier 1. They are not marked, but I did know from them that they were from Pier 1. And we have sold quite a few sets of 10. We have sold sets of 4. We have also sold individual. So if you, this is something you really might come across because people use these once for their wedding and then they don't need them anymore. So if you come across a lot of charger plates, definitely ask them where they got them so you will know and can put that in your title. Number 4 top selling is another one that has been listed for a year. It was from the box lot. Those charger plates came in. Somebody contacted me about buying these boxes. That's how I got them. This one sold for full price of $140 for an empty box. 140 bucks. Look, it has a rip. Still sold for 140 bucks. It's big. The bigger ones, look, it has rips on both. It has a lot of rips, and it still sold for 140 bucks. People ask me all the time what these sell for. So there are a couple of reasons that these sell. Number 1 is that sellers such as myself, if I have a Louis Vuitton bag, paying $140 for this box could increase the value by $500. So that is one reason. The other is that people might buy a secondhand Louis Vuitton and they want an authentic box to store it in. So those are the 2 main reasons these sell. I also have heard of people using them for gag gifts. So somebody thinks they're getting a Louis Vuitton, which is not that nice. And for just presents, and people also use them for decor. So there are a few reasons that those sell, and this one is incredible, over $100 profit. Number 3 selling, and boy, was this a good one. This one sold for a best offer I sent out of $342.99. I only paid $10. This is close to a $300 profit. I saw these pictures. They were in a lot. I didn't pay much for the lot. really, really neat. You can see it says the artist Taraze. This one is by Herbert Hoffer. It was 21 by 17 from 1992. $300 profit. I love artwork. Keep your eye out. This one just popped. It caught my eye and I was able to look up the artist. So incredible, incredible profit on this one. Here's another one. We have had some good high dollar sales these last 2 weeks. This one sold for $449.99 and I only paid $50. This one is a $350 profit. If you do not know about tramp boxes, they are super cool. This one was a pyramid. Do you see? This is 6 inches, guys. 6 inches and a $350 profit. Look at how little. 6 inches by 4. This is a tiny, tiny little box. That pyramid shape was just really, really cool. And this one was not listed overly long. It was just listed back in July. One selling is a WDCC Figment Spark. We did get positive feedback. This one did sell for $7.56. If you watch my sales video from last week, you already saw it, but I had to put it again here in the top high dollar ones. And this one I did pay a few hundred, but this is over a $400 profit. Amazing, amazing sale. This is a small figurine, guys. This is not big. Look at this, 5 inches. So we did have the original box. Do not let small things make you think that there's no money, because there is. And we did have the original COA. We had the box, but even without it, this still would have been worth $700. So with WDCC, if you find rare or limited edition ones, they can be very, very big money, just like this one. Incredible sale. Now we're going to pop over. We're going to take a look at one from Mercari, and we're also going to take a look at a few from Poshmark that are also all over $50. All right, $84 sale, no fees on Mercari, less than $10 in. $75 profit. Oscar de la Renta. You can see this is the original one. This one was listed back in July, so it did take 3 months to sell, but I got it in a lot. I didn't pay much, and incredible, incredible sale. Check those vintage fragrances. You might be surprised, and they can be very, very big money. Over on Poshmark, we sold this vintage sterling silver and black onyx statement ring. This is a size 7.5, and the payout was $47. I paid $5, so it's about a $40 profit, and it only took a month and a half to sell. Not very long. It looks like it might have a signature here, but I'm not sure if that's a signature or scratches. You can see we do show it on the ring sizer, and we also will show it with the caliper so they can see exactly how big that onyx stone is. And jewelry does well for us over on Poshmark. So definitely, if you're thinking about cross-posting, use List Perfectly, use my code, the Nurse Flipper, get 30% off to try it. B, make sure you're putting your jewelry on Poshmark. Up next is a really, really cool. This is Nissen Denmark Teak Wood. It's a nutcracker and bowl. This is by Digsmed. Definitely mid-century modern retro. Payout on this was $57. I paid about $20. So this one's only about a $37 profit, but I had a lot of teak mid-century modern pieces in the same lot that sold for quite a bit more. So here you can see this one's 7 inches, not overly big, but really, really beautiful teak piece. And the home decor and accessories, I guess, I don't know that this would necessarily be decor, but your home items definitely will also sell on Posh. All right, last up for Posh and for the day is a molecule filter. You've seen these on my last several high dollar videos. I got lucky. I got a bunch of them, only paid $1. Got them from a networking contact that I bought the designer boxes from. So this one's over a $50 profit, sold in under a month. Remember the name molecule, because if people stop using their air filters, they might have, or their air purifiers, they might have extras of these laying around. So you might find these at a yard sale or even at a thrift store. All right, that was everything. I really, really appreciate you watching. Let me know what your favorite item was. I think the painting was my favorite. I really, really love the painting. I appreciate you watching, hanging out with me, and hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful weekend. Happy fall. Christmas is coming. Get your Christmas items listed. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and share with your friends if you think they'll like. And as always, I really, really appreciate you so, so